struggle to make enough time for yourself, to care for yourself properly, to eat enough, to sleep enough, to exercise adequately? We all have those challenges, and that's something I struggled with for a long time. But when I figured that out, I figured out how to love myself properly. I figured out how to fill the cup of love in my own heart on my own without asking for other people, and how to create overflow. So that overflow is what I pour on other people. And I call that process the love hierarchy. I'm going to start with some shamanic wisdom that I rely on all the time. So here's the story. There's a guy, and he's been depressed and unhappy and anxious. And he asks the shaman, like, can you help me? And the shaman says, when's the last time you danced, sang, spent time with loved ones, rested? When's the last time you were happy? And it really hit him because he hadn't spent time actively trying, doing things that make him happy. Now, we can't spend all day long just, we have to do our work. I know it. But the point is, and how to self-love, like the point of self-love is to recalibrate your nervous system so that you resonate with love, compassion, and enlightenment instead of fear, guilt, and shame. And we'll get into that a little bit more today, but I wanted to start with a nice clip from Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's in my book, and I love him. He's great, with Chris Williams. And I talk a little bit about what self-love is, and we'll get into it deeper. So let me share my screen, and we'll watch that video, and then we'll come back, and we'll talk more. So he is saying, let me stop sharing. He's saying the same thing that this old shamanic wisdom was saying. When's the last time you felt love, joy, happiness, those higher vibrating emotions? When's the last time you felt compassion for someone, love for yourself? When's the last time you experienced enlightenment or had an epiphany? You're like, whoa, and you your glow up, right? So let's talk about how you can reorient your life in a structured way to start filling up your own cup of love and loving yourself. And the things I mentioned, like diet and exercise, walking barefoot in nature, spending time with friends, those are all ways that we feel love. So the first person to love is you. And I spent most of my life loving everyone else first and then me last. And that ended with 35 years of debilitating lower back pain, chronic migraines, and a suicide attempt. So that didn't work out. So I decided to approach things differently now at 55 years old. So I learned that when I make time for myself as appropriate, we all have to work, we all have to have our responsibilities, but, make time for a healthy diet. Make time to exercise 3 times a week. Go for a walk, Start a gratitude practice. Journal. Spend time with friends. Give yourself space to listen to music and rest, okay? So when you love on yourself first and you fill your own cup of love first, and then you have overflow, it's that overflow that you need to pour on other people. So, and that's, I think, the struggle in modern society. We're so used to putting wealth and convenience before health and well-being. Money comes first, right? But when money comes first, we put ourselves second, third, fourth, or fifth, and our cup of love is not overflowing in that situation. So I highly recommend you do things like learn Reiki. Reiki yourself. That is channeling extra love from the universe onto yourself, and it's free, right? So, learn Reiki, drink enough water, the basics. Then the second person is your spouse, the person you're in a relationship with. And when you pour from your overflow onto your spouse, then you guys create a very healthy dynamic, a safe, secure relationship to produce children. So children are number 3. And then children, when their parents love each other and can model a healthy relationship, and the woman's healthy in her femininity and the man's healthy in his masculinity, then they have excellent role models and they can focus on, the individuation process. They're not worried about, is someone going to hit me or punish me or what's going to happen. Everything is great, and so let me do me. And then they learn how to love on themselves by their parents modeling healthy behaviors every day. Number 4 is your extended family, and number 5 is community. And I just would really encourage people to embrace the love hierarchy. When I learned that when I got healthy and was healing from my trauma and I was using this love hierarchy, I finally gave myself permission to rest at 51 years old. It's not too late, but it would have been nice if I had learned earlier. So please give yourself permission to go through practice the love hierarchy. Now let me share the free ebook that's linked below, my whole 6 Divine Feminine Self-Love Strategies. I'm the reincarnation of Mary Magdalene, the Divine Feminine. And so I'm here to share the wisdom I've gained from healing myself and the plethora of enlightenment experiences that I've had. Let me share my screen again, and I'll show you the ebook. Here it is. And you'll see there's 6 lessons. Oops. Okay, I am not high tech here. And this is lesson number 2. The first one is appreciate, learn, forgive equals ego death. Number 2 is love hierarchy, and I go into all that. Number 3 is learn to surf the waves of life, and there'll be a video about that too. And there's a nice physics experiment showing how it's true, because I learned that when something is true, it's true in multiple places, and wisdom and knowledge mirror each other. Then number 4 is the universe is a mirror. I love this one. And there's another physics experiment here. And changing the world is an inside job, another physics experiment. And pain is an initiation process to personal growth. And I share a video that I made of how I helped Jeffrey Epstein after he passed away. I helped his soul forgive himself and go to what we call heaven. So I'm going to encourage you to practice these 6 Divine Feminine Self-Love Strategies, learn how to recalibrate your nervous system to resonate with love, compassion, and enlightenment instead of fear, guilt, and shame. I promise you'll feel better over time. Okay, so take care, and I hope you join me for another video. Please like and subscribe. Bye.